The mouse and the man were silent a moment before Ralph said, "Well, I guess I'd better be going." "So long," said Matt. "Good luck." "I'm going to miss you. It always cheered me up to see you tearing around the halls like a little daredevil. Made the suitcases seem lighter, somehow." With that parting comment, he turned and started back toward the door of the hotel. "Hey, wait!" squeaked Ralph. Matt turned. "You want something?" For some reason, Ralph hesitated before he said, "I was wondering if you would lift my motorcycle down the steps for me." "And I was wondering how you were going to manage," remarked Matt. But he did not move to help Ralph. I'd like to get started," said Ralph. "I have a long way to go tonight." "Sorry, I can't help you out," said Matt. Ralph was astounded. For a grown-up human being, Matt always had been cooperative. "How come?" he demanded. "If I lifted your motorcycle down the steps, you would be depending on me," said Matt. "And depending on others is not being independent." Ralph was bewildered. "But how am I going to get my motorcycle down the steps without breaking it?" "I don't know," admitted Matt. "I just hope I don't have to come out here in the morning and sweep up pieces of red motorcycle." He turned then and went back into the hotel, closing the door behind him. "Well, how do you like that?" said Ralph to himself. "And all the time I thought he was my friend." Off in the distance an owl hooted. The night suddenly seemed vast, and a mouse, a very small creature indeed. The row of empty chairs rocking in the breeze made Ralph nervous. He could not get over the feeling there were unseen people sitting in them, ghosts who might at any moment chase him and steal his motorcycle. He looked down at the 3 concrete steps and the curve of the driveway below. His motorcycle was a good sturdy vehicle, but it would never survive 3 bounces on concrete. It would be smashed to bits. Bits for Matt to sweep up in the morning. Suddenly, Ralph was angry. He was furious at the way his old friend had treated him. He would show Matt that he could manage without help. Matt would come out in the morning expecting to find Ralph waiting to be let in, but Ralph would fool him. He wouldn't be waiting, and there wouldn't be any broken motorcycle at the foot of the steps either. Ralph set about finding a solution to his problem. He looked at the ghostly rocking chairs, the cracked concrete porch, the steps, and the asphalt driveway below. Once Ralph had taken the trouble to look, the solution to getting his motorcycle down the steps seemed surprisingly easy. About 3 inches below the porch, on either side of the steps, was a sloping section of concrete, a sort of ramp intended as an edge to the steps. The 2 ramps were about 10 inches wide, and each sloped down to a flat section. Below each flat section was a shrub that had been pruned into a somewhat lopsided ball of leaves. All Ralph had to do was ride his motorcycle over the edge, down the slope, and into the shrub, which would break his fall and let him slide gently through the leaves to the ground. The only problem was that terrifying 3-inch drop from the porch to the slanting concrete. But Ralph was sure that with a cool head and steady paws he could manage. He would show old Matt a thing or two.